What can a woman do to instantly add value to your life right now?
Soothe me, man.
That's a good question.
I think
That's tough.
Yeah, for me, I think it's just soothing me, man. Like, I feel I take on a lot on a day-to-day basis. I like it. I don't ever do the same thing the consecutive days. Like, I like to to me, like, it would be absolute torture to get up and do the same thing every day. So I pride myself on not doing that. And I think for me, it's simple, man. Just a female who soothes me, man, who just makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing I require the most. Because there's not anything else outside of that I can't do for myself. You know? It's hard to soothe yourself sometimes without the help of, like, I mean, some people do drugs, right? Some people drink alcohol or whatever, but, like, a good woman is probably the best option, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Facts.
Even if it's, like, a little face rub or she rubbing on your chest or laying on your chest and y'all watching something together or, like, you know, talking you through something or, you know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. I think that's, to me, that's the most valuable thing right now.
I agree with Spider. I'm on that same time. Just like, just having somebody that's really there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no alternative motives. Just there because they want to be there. They want to treat you right. They want to be good to you. I think that's all you really need, and that adds value in a man. That gives him confidence to go out in the world and do what he got to do and come back home knowing that he got something solid at home. For real, for real.
Nah, that's it. You said, give me confidence, which you should have your own confidence. But I'm going to say, to add instant value to me, a woman have to treat me like a superstar. You need to treat me like I just hit the Powerball every day. Yeah. Put the battery in my back, you know, because we need that. You are who you with, you know. If your lady a bitch and she nagging and she negative, you gonna become the same person. So I think what a woman can do for me to bring value, you know, a lot of women just ask for money. You ladies, y'all meet guys and the first thing y'all say is, I need this, I need that. Switch it up. If you want a man to really support you and whatever you got going on, ask him, say, listen, what can I do to help you accomplish your goals? What can I do to help your movement? You don't have to have money. It could be motivation. You could be good at web design. Do my website. You could be good at marketing.
Yeah.
You know, just be of value, you know. But treat me like a star. Yeah. Don't ever treat me regular. Treat me like a star. And I think that just helped me go out into the world with that extra confidence.
Yeah.
For me, it's a little different because I already have that person in place for that. You understand what I'm saying? I already have my wife and putting a battery in my back for sure. Because, you know, as an entrepreneur, it's different tasks and different battles that you're dealing with daily. Sometimes it's a smooth, it's an easygoing day. Other days it's rough, it's difficult. You need that person to, you know, give you that extra confidence, like, don't worry about it, it's going to be okay. Without you having even asked for it. Just pick up the energy, just, you know, upon arrival when you walk in the house or, you know, after you get settled in. And, you know, it's just like the small things, like your significant other or your partner, when you're an entrepreneur, or I guess a serial entrepreneur in a sense, right? They, in a sense, become your assistant without, I guess, officially signing up or wanting to be that. They just pick up the slack and help you with a lot of things. Like, it could just be putting, like you said, like, for example, my bio. Who you think put mine together?
See?
You understand what I'm saying? For the website that we got going on, like you said, the whole web design, like just the small things that just helps me free up my mind and just give me that, I guess, extra time to be more proactive in different areas by picking up these, you know, different, I don't want to call it small tasks, because these small tasks play a big and a huge major role. You get what I'm saying? So you definitely want someone like that in your life that instantly adds value into the small things that can make or potentially break your day. Like that little small feat, like I really didn't have time for it, bro. Every time I hit EJ, yo, I'm gonna get it to you. Damn, I'm gonna get it to you. She's like, babe, I got you. Let me take care of it for you. And then, she's putting it together. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just those little small things make the biggest difference because in that moment, like I told you, I was spending family time with the kids because that's something that I want to be very more intentional about as far as, just moving forward, period. Because a lot of times, like I see them, I'm always with them because I drop them off, sometimes pick them up, whatever the case may be. I spend a lot of time with them, but I want to be more intentional with the time that I'm spending with them, like being in the actual moment. It's one thing to just be there physically, within or as in flesh, but like more so being in the moment, being present in the moment with everything, whatever that they got going on. Because sometimes they'll ask me certain questions or whatever, and I'll just be like, okay, I got you, I'll answer, I'll respond. But I'm not really present, although I'm responding and still assisting them. So by her taking that task, I was able to be more present, more proactive. Even with the little photo shoot, like I was actually like, okay, here, you go, like just the small things. You get what I'm saying? So, I know I'm ranting, but it's more so a testament to, shout out to BK, you know what I mean? Shout out to the wifey, just for, picking up and just doing things that I couldn't even fathom having the time to do with everything that I have going on in my life. You know what I mean?
That's a good woman, bro. You got something.
Nah, for sure.
That's what you need, though, man. Honestly,
y'all
need that.
You gotta have that, fellas. While we on the women, right? And y'all want to say anything else about that? While we on the women, I saw something this weekend, and I was like, "Damn, I gotta bring this to the pod to get the fellas' opinion on it." Barry, I'm gonna bring it straight to you because right now you're the one that's presently in the relationship, and then we all can go around the room and talk about it. And even myself, even though I'm already married, whatever case may be, I'll still speak on it. What would you do if your girl actually proposed to you today, tonight, when you go home, or right now in the moment? How would you handle that?
First, I'm gonna be in shock because we don't expect that as men.
Right.
So, I would say yes, of course, because I know where where my heart at with her, but I also will have to like redo it again and get on the knee because I wouldn't want her to propose to me, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we both love each other. We both expect to be with each other for the rest of our lives. So it's not like her proposing to me would change my mind of like, oh, I don't want to be with you. But it would make me look at myself in the mirror and be like, nah, I'm going to do it. Because this is what I've been planning since the day we met versus, because I don't know what she was thinking about, but I know what I was thinking about when I met her, and then I realized she was the one for me. So, like, for me, I'll say yes. I'm not opposed to people saying yes, as far as, like, women proposing to men, but I wouldn't want my girl to propose to me, honestly. I would want me to do it before her. I feel like because I already took her to get her ring size. I already took her to look at different rings already. So, like, I kind of took that step. So I don't want her to think that wasn't my job to do. You feel me?
Let me ask you this question. Being that you already went, I guess, ring shopping in a sense because you got her ring size and all that, if she would to do that, would you feel like she stole or took that moment from you as far as the opportunity for you to propose and do it the way that you have it planned or envisioned in your mind?
Well, it all depends on who was present. Because if she do it and ain't nobody around, it almost never happened.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It almost never happened. Because my vision was to have the whole family, both sides, to be there. I wanted at a nice Airbnb, nice Airbnb.
Giving the whole play up, man. Chill.
Well, she got to see it. She still got to wait. It's still time.
She don't know what it's
coming. It's God's time.
This family, man. We got a B&B.
Yeah.
But
she
when you do it,
know,
make sure we here to document it for the pod, man.
Yeah, she never, and I think when I do it, honestly, when I do it, she's not going to know because of the way I'm going to set it up. It's not even going to be as if anybody would let her know.
Yeah.
It's going to be
last minute,
everything, be there. Simple as that.
Send on a little scavenger hunt.
Yeah. We're going to go to at least 2 places before we even head back to the spot.
Yeah.
So, But yeah, I wouldn't want her to propose to me, honestly, though. Because that, like you said, that would take my shine. If her dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, her daddy might look at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like this nigga got my daughter proposing me. What kind of bull? What kind of spell you put on my daughter?
Yeah, I plan on creasing up the Jordans. You feel me? I got to crease up the Jordans first. That's how I look at it.
Shit, I think that's a desire of mine for a woman to propose to me. you tripping, boy. I wanted to down there break her knee trying to propose, boy. Lay on your stomach and please marry me. Shit. You that guy when a woman proposed to you, though, bro.
Yeah.
You that guy when a woman proposed to you. Hey, you know what? Now I'm thinking about this. I think more guys probably get married if women actually did do that. Because first off, you investing into him at that point. Think about it. A lot of guys don't get married because it's really the money issue. I got to buy a ring. I got to do this. I got to have a wedding. Say she go buy the ring. Say she go do all of that and say, marry me. There'll be a lot of guys married, bro. I might get married, depending on how big the ring is.
Back in the old days, the girl's father used to pay for the wedding.
Yeah,
that shit
that's
over
the
with,
difference.
man.
That shit dead, boy.
In the black community, man. Oh, man.
Oh,
It
shit.
ain't happening.
It's over with,
I'm telling
boy.
you, it ain't happening at all.
It's over with, boy.
Go ahead, Spider.
Yeah, nah, bro, I'm straight. I ain't gonna lie, I'm straight.
Yeah.
That ain't happening, man. I feel bad for a female who do that to me.
It's probably gonna be like,
she gonna be disappointed as hell.
Just go ahead and get up.
I'm like, yeah,
Even if y'all been rocking though, like say y'all
You talking
really,
about like
yo,
number one on your roster, not just any number.
Even number one though, like
Okay.
come on, man.
you gonna break her heart.
It ain't even that. You remember Jeezy and Keisha Cole?
Yeah.
See
But
how that turned out.
You can always accept and just change it later. Like if I see cameras around, I'd be like, yeah, I'm married. In my head, this bitch crazy, man. Tried to fight me yesterday. You think I'm gonna marry you? Fuck out of here.
Hey.
That's tough.
Yeah, no, I ain't going for it, man. I'm straight.
I want to bust down.
Let me see. What would I do if a girl proposed to me, or if my wife now would have proposed then? My personal opinion on it: some things should just remain traditional, and that's one of them. I understand time has progressed, and lots changed with technology and just the world. But I think as far as that particular thing, which brief is crazy because I'm 50-50 on that. Because I really feel like what Brief is saying.
But it's the same thing. Both of y'all love each other. It's not like she's demeaning herself.
You get what I'm saying?
Y'all love each other anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like who beat who first to doing it.
But being that this falls under the traditional realm for me, and this is how I'm used to seeing it, so it makes it traditional is to actually see the man do it. So I guess
I'm not going against it. I'm not opposed. I'm just saying when I do see it, I think that's dope too.
No, for sure.
I got a question though.
Go ahead.
Since you married,
Yeah.
if a woman do propose to you, right? Do you get 2 rings and she get 1, or how that work?
That's crazy you say that. Because I remember before we got married, she used to be like, well, if you don't make it happen, I'm gonna propose to you. She used to just joke around and say stuff like that. I'm like, shit, make it happen. That's why Brief saying that. I'm like, it's bringing back memories. I'm like, shit, make it happen. We'll find out when you do it. But all in all, I ended up doing it, whatever the case may be. But to answer your question, I don't know. That's a question that we would have to ask or go find that video and then ask the girl or whoever it is. Any woman that's ever proposed to a man, let us know how you went about handling it. Did you purchase both rings, or did you purchase a ring? He purchased the other one. I don't even know.
If I get 2 rings, I ain't opposed at all. Nah, at that moment, because I know that's a bust down with another bust down. Yeah, for real. You think about
Spider, let me ask you this: when you were married, how often did you wear a ring? Was it always on you?
Yeah, slept in that bitch, played ball in it. It never came off.
You want to hear something crazy? I don't wear mine often.
I know situations like that because it
doesn't affect anything.
That's
because
what I'm saying.
We've had this conversation.
I think it's all like it comes down to how y'all have y'all relationship. How
exactly.
Because the shit really is meaningless. Like niggas go outside and go crazy with their rings on all the time.
Yeah.
So what?
Bro, you know what's so funny? This on Allah, right in the car. I found the engagement ring 2 days ago. Like I found one, but it's a male. So I don't know I supposed to be going to the pawn shop to see what that's about. I ain't make it there yet. I don't know if it's white gold, platinum, or silver. And I'm good with gold, but it's like brush. So it's not really shiny. I don't know if it's like, so I'm gonna go see what that's hitting on.
Yeah, let me see that shit after the show.
Yeah. It's in the car. But I don't know if it's silver, but I know it's an engagement ring for sure.
Nah, for sure. But as far as, go ahead.
When you wearing that ring, do it change like how people view you when you outside?
You get way more women.
Man, this is a pussy magnet. It attracts more women. I told her that. I told my wife, I said, you know what you're doing, right? I said, when I wear this, more women speak to me and actually want to deal with me or whatever the case may be. But she's like, yeah, of course. She's like, I want them to try to talk to you because ultimately you have to be the one that turned them down. But you see how we rock. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tough.
So, yeah, for sure, you know. Shout out to BK. This is a dope-ass ring. I ain't gonna front. That
hard,
shit gas.
lie.
But, you know, we just made it clear from the very beginning, like, me wearing this, like, for example, if I wanted to go out and step out, me wearing this is not gonna stop it. If anything, this enhances, it gets more women attention.
That's crazy, though.
It's kind of sick. Yeah, no, it's bad.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, ultimately it's in your heart. If it's not in your heart and you idolizing, you worshiping the ring or the material aspect of it, then you already lost.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Then you don't have nothing to begin with.
It's not about the marriage. That ain't the marriage.
You feel me?
That's tough. Hey, give me the bust down.
Fellas, what's something you prayed for that you got but realized it wasn't as fulfilling as you thought it would have been?
Whoa, that's a deep question.
That could go a lot of different ways. I don't know.
You know, I think
adulthood.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. Like when you think about it, I think majority of things that I really prayed for and I grew bored of it. Or at some point I didn't want it no more. So I came to the conclusion. This is just a conclusion I came to. The more we desire, the more we go live in misery. Because we think we want something, and then we get it, then we realize, I don't really want it. Or I don't want to pay for it. You might say, hey, man, I want this new Tesla truck. After that third payment, you're like, God damn.
Take this shit back.
I take this bitch back.
I think that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, so you got to be careful what you ask for.
I feel like that.
But true happiness, desire nothing. You'll always be happy. But as long as you want it more and more and more, you can never be happy, bro. For real. So,
Keep going.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think I've attained or reached every goal that I set out for myself that was within my control. Because I'm very committed, disciplined. Once I put my mind to something, I'm, goal-oriented or, self-motivated or driven. I'm going to grind and do what I need to do to reach that goal. Whatever obstacles or, may be thrown my way, I will overcome it. It may take longer than I thought it would, but at some point I will get to that ultimate fantasy, desire, whatever it may be. But to go back what Brief just said, the ultimate dream or whatever I'm paraphrasing is to no longer desire anything, right? I think that's kind of where I'm at. But at the same time, I still desire things just to keep me motivated on track and be progressive throughout life. Because if I just remain stagnant and no longer, or just become accepting to the fact that no more desires, whatever happens, I've already, then
you start to die.
What are you living for?
You start to die. You start to die.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I create stuff. And then, fuck that. A year, 2 years, 3 years, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever. I create literally tasks, assignments, projects, stuff to keep me going, keep me motivated, just to be like, because like you said, Brief, the brain computer, that's the most powerful tool that you can ever possess.
Acting on your ideas, man.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Acting on your ideas, you just podcast. Oh shit. And then you just start studying it.
Yeah,
and next thing you know, you got 5 cameras in this motherfucker.
Like, bro, I don't think y'all understand like how proud of us I am with just the pod in general. And that includes Riz, Peace. Like, it may just be a small feat, but what we're doing, we're literally pushing the envelope and speaking on subject matters that really matters. Yeah. You know, we're not just talking of just, I guess whatever's trendy. It's more so we're trying to make a change. We want to bring positive awareness to the community or to just, whoever's watching. We're trying to affect others and touch lives or whatever the case may be. You get what I'm saying? And we're doing that. Although we don't stop to smell the roses in the process, but looking back from the very first one that we shot, right, to now, you can't tell me that like, yo, nah, boy, we really got something here. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, one of the things that I highlighted. But however, I set out tasks and goals because ultimately, like, I'm blessed, to say the least, like blessed and highly favored. Like, children are healthy. I'm healthy. I overcame a lot of shit in my life. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Gunned down, 18, overcame that. Looking at me now, never made excuses. Just kept trucking. Took a lot of losses, plenty of losses. I'm talking about real money, life-changing money that if I throw these figures out there, like y'all might dumb out, like real bread. That'll change your lineage. Fair. You understand what I'm saying? But however, I still get up, I get to it. Don't make excuses. Fuck all that. That's part of God's plan. It's in the work. I mean, God wanted to really test me to see what my faith is, how strong it is, how much I believe in myself, how much I believe in my faith. You understand what I'm saying? And how much I just, when I pray to him, like, nah, I don't only want it for me. Bless me so I could bless the ones around me. I want to uplift others. You get what I'm saying? Blessing me, that's easy. I could have been comfortable with what I've done for myself years ago. But what's the fun in that? Like, nah, bro. Like, no, bro. Like, let's build something that when we're no longer alive, when we're 100 years removed from it, they could be like, damn, this is what they did. This is what our forefathers, hopefully they address us in that manner, did for us. This is what they left behind for us. This is what Brief did. This is what Spider did. This is what Barry did. This is what Riz did. This is what Peace did. Like, that's how we want to be viewed. Like, let's be fucking great. Let's create something that we'll be in the afterlife and we'll still be proud of, that the world can still, like touch and, use as a tool to navigate throughout life and just become better human beings, better individuals, or just, whatever, bro. Like, that's the type of shit I'm on. That's the level that I'm vibrating on as far as the frequencies is concerned.
Yeah. And I think that's what the whole name of the podcast is about, you know what I'm saying? Because it comes with all of that. It comes with the growth, it comes with the power, and then later on, the successes, like you said, what you're talking about now is blessing others. That's the success in this world, you know what I'm saying? Because is a legacy that you're leaving, you know what I'm saying? That's something that you're leaving behind, and that's successful. Like, some people think success is all about money, but in reality, we always say you can't take that with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So success is what you do to empower others. So what you doing and what we doing on this panel, it's life-changing. Just like you were saying with the bread. What we doing right here is life-changing.
Nah, for sure.
So, but to answer your question about something I desire, you said something about the money part. I always desire to go to a Lakers game in L.A. I'm going to L.A. this weekend. I don't feel that happy no more for some reason. Because after paying, tickets, flights, hotel, rental, museum, I'm like, I could have bought a car. You know what I'm saying? I could have. So it's like, when I come back home, I know the first thing I gotta do is go back to grind mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna enjoy myself as much as possible, but it's not as fulfilling as I thought it would be. So,
you know why, right?
Yeah.
It's always more fun. It's more rewarding and fun on a journey. That's how, like, for example, a new movie come out, right? You're excited to see the movie. You going. But after you watch the movie, you're like, man. But that thrill before the movie.
Fall in love with the process.
You got to fall in love because that's the funnest, that's the best part of it, the journey.
Yeah.
Then they hit one day, oh shit, we made it. This the fun times right here.
This is the best time.
The best time, believe it or not. You know?
Yeah.
When we make it, we're gonna look back and be like, damn, boy, it was fun.
You gonna
Yeah,
you ain't
bro.
get there yet either. You know?
Yeah.
I would say when you get there, just absorb every moment.
Right.
Even the oxygen. Like, I know that might sound a little crazy, but like when you get there, just soak in the moment. You like, yo, I worked for this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If at any moment you could, nigga, I want a bag of chips. Like, you should have that bag of chips. Like, treat yourself like that when you're there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that way it's gonna fix that. Whatever you're thinking about as far as the spending and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's really just time traded. You traded your time working for time at a place that you really wanted to be. Yeah. So just try to look at it a little bit different. I think
Facts.
you'll gain that back a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that, Spider, because that's actually something that I've been telling myself for the past few years. Because normally, like I said, like whenever I have a task or goal, whatever, I complete it and I'm on to the next one. I never really celebrated much of my success or whatever it is that I accomplished. And I'm like, damn, because I always in the back of my mind, like, nah, celebrate it later. When really the celebration is in the process. Like,
it's in the process,
in the grind.
bro.
Mm-hmm. I should have been celebrating it as I was knocking off these, completing these obstacles as I was going along, as opposed to waiting to the end to throw one big grand party. I was like, damn, I got to really sit back and really enjoy the moment as we're going through it. Because if not, when I get there, it's not as fulfilling.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It's like, yeah, you know, you set out a goal, you achieved it, you accomplished it. Kudos to that. Because, you know, most people give up in the process. Kind of like with the Night of New. What was the first thing I said? I said, bro, I just love that we had a vision, we had a goal, we had a plan. No matter what obstacles was in our way, at the end of the day, we crossed that finish line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the most fulfilling part as far as that particular event. You get what I'm saying? Because we completed the mission. Most people give up halfway through. Most people give up once they start to plan it out. We had plenty of reasons to give up, to stop, but we kept going. We figured it out. We're still finalizing some stuff with that from that event now. But we crossed the finish line. You
and
get
we
what I'm
learned a
saying?
lot.
Yeah.
You learn how many resources you really have.
Exactly.
You learn how creative you can get.
Exactly. And how resilient we all are as a group.
That too. You learn who your true friends are.
Yep.
Who's gonna come to your event, who gonna promote it,
Yeah.
who gonna back you up. That's the fun part, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, just look at it like because Future said some shit too. What he said? He said, I was rolling off that ex, I should have never fucked that bitch. Pause. Look at it like sex. You see a little baddie you want to bang. And you finally bang it, you be like, man, that pussy was whack, man.
Garbage.
It was garbage. I wasted my night. We desired it. Mm-hmm. You wanted it. You got it, and it wasn't worth what you thought it would.
You should have just been enjoying the process when she was playing hard to get.
Exactly.
That was the fun part.
That was the fun part. The chase.
Yeah.
That chase, that's the fun part. Hey, ladies, listen. Let me give y'all some game, right? Give a man some resistance. Really let him chase you. You know, y'all gotta really activate that primal instinct within us. When y'all give it up too quick, give it up quick. Do give it up quick.
Yeah, because I'm coming back to that. I'm giving you pushback on that.
But give us a little resistance. Tease us a little bit. But yeah, bro. That's
Nah, you cleared it up because I was gonna give you some resistance on that. Because on the last one you were saying we don't look at you no type of way if you give it to us on the first day. Because I was about to say you walking back away from that now, but you cleared it up.
Nah, I'm staying on business, bro.
Fellas, do you see yourself living, or do you want to actually live to be old? Like when I say old, like an actual elder that needs to be taken care of. Not 50, 60, still able to provide for yourself, but like 85, 90, 80 to 100. Yeah. So where you're really deteriorating, where you're relying on others to provide for you, do for you, and pretty much you're a baby.
Man, I'm trying to go out with a bang, man. I don't know, boy. I hit 65 and up, man. I feel like I could do some lit shit. Like, I may not be as strong, but I'm willing to risk a lot more. Like,
yeah.
Because at that point, I got everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids, grandkids. business, businesses, different. Like by 65, bro, I've done what I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like my number one goal, I shared this with y'all a few weeks ago, is to be the grandfather at a family reunion, and it's just a bunch of people there with my last name just running around and having a good time.
Yeah.
That's really like where the movie ends for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, it's like I'm gonna be an old nigga jumping out planes, swimming with sharks. I'm climbing a mountain as high as I can. I mean, I'm gonna be old, but I would imagine myself being fit by then, God willing. It's adventure time. Like, you could really risk it for the biscuit. Like, at that point, like, what we doing? You feel me? I'm going out there to
all
Africa.
Your kids are grown. Like,
put me in the field with the lions. Like, let's do it for real now. Like,
that boy becoming a daredevil in his 60s.
I'll say it off rip. Like, if I die doing that, shit, I died a legend, man. Fuck that. I ain't died withering away in the bed.
Nah, for sure.
You know? So, yeah, that's... Yeah,
what you got, Bar?
Yeah.
That's real. Yeah. That's real.
I want to get old, for sure. My grandfather, he turned 80. So it's funny that you just mentioned 80. And
shout out to your grandfather.
Yeah, he definitely he needs assistance, not as much because he's still able to move around, drive. He just don't do a lot of it, you know what I'm saying? But just sitting down with him this past weekend and just going over everything about life, decision, choices that you make, the good times, the bad times he had with my grandma, as far as them surviving. You know, he was just like, man, I remember when your grandmother used to come in with $10 tips, and we used to be so happy, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you realize that the younger generation, if you there for them, you would be appreciated, and you would actually be valued a lot more, you know what I'm saying? And I think for me, that's what I want for myself. Like, he gave me a basketball, you know what I'm saying? I'm 32 years old. For my birthday, he gave me a basketball. But he told me, he had some words on it, said, he may not be there for the rest of my life, but he would love me for the rest of his. You get what I'm saying? And that shit was deep. You feel me? Like, it was like to my grandson. So something like that, it's gonna he like, man, you go ahead and make sure you go play basketball with. I said, hell no, I ain't finna go play basketball with this. I'm finna go frame this.
Yeah.
Cause you legendary in my eyes from what you know what I'm saying, what you have done. And I'm always remember him for the moments that he was there for me. And I want my grandkids to look at me the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who mentored me. And I appreciate that man every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, first car, the Monte Carlo, granddad, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had me clean, fresh, but he's teaching me how to take care of things now that I will be in position when I get to his age, you know what I'm saying? To take care of the family too. And like you said, you take care of your family, like, that's really life. You get what I'm saying? To have a family and take care of them, that's really life.
Hey, which Monte you had?
Oh, I had the Monte Carlo. It was an 08.
What year that was that you had the 08?
Well, it was a 2008 Monte Carlo.
What year did you have it though? In 2008?
No, I got it like 2011. But I went to prom I went to middle school prom in it.
You know, Monte Carlo, that's kind of, you know, it's legendary in Miami.
I know,
Anybody
man.
who had a Monte done did some things.
It was on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That was a big body, low key, in the back seat. Crazy times.
That's when they started calling you Barry G.
Nah, that was.
It makes sense.
That was Barry, right?
It's all coming together,
that
bro.
was Barry, though. Blessing it.
Nah, for sure.
22-inch rims on it, deep dishes.
Nah, Barry was sliding.
That's it.
Boy, it was outside.
Yeah, outside heavy.
What you got, Brief?
I don't know. I mean, to answer your question, for a long time, I just changed my opinion because you know me. Like, I know it's power in words and it's power in what you believe in. But for a while, I said, I don't want to be no old, I don't want to, I don't know. I think God, I think he done us, it's almost a tragedy. It's almost a sick joke. How he take we born a baby.
Right.
And if you live to be old enough, he turn you back into a baby.
Yeah.
And I think that's a sick joke. I do it. It kind of bothers me a little bit when I see people, you know, in their 90s and late 80s and they can barely walk and, they can't pick up a fork because they got arthritis or they losing their mind, then I think, what is the purpose? Why did God? I mean, some religious people say it's Adam and Eve. We used to live forever, right? That's what they say. I don't know. I'm not. I'm really not a. I'm not really into religion, but now that I have a son, it's different. Because before I'm being honest. Before my son, I used to always say I'm ready to see what's next. I'm being honest with you, bro. Like it ain't. I don't want to die, and I know I'm gonna be around for a while. But it's like I'm like, okay, what's next after this? Like, is it the planet Earth? Because we really don't die. The energy just move on, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I know I'm not dying. I just want to see what's next into the other reality. But now that I have a son, I had to get away from them beliefs because I do want to be around to have grandkids. But and another thing too, now with modern medicine, 80 or 90, when we get to that age, it may not be the same 80, 90.
Yeah, just like 40, 50 ain't the same like it was back then.
So, I think I think we have some hope, but it's a sick joke, bro.
I don't think it's a joke, like looking at it from the context that you put it in. I think it's more so the universe taking you back to the beginning. Meaning like everything that you did in between is your karma for how you'll be treated on your way out. When you first come into the world, and this is just me thinking of it literally as you were speaking, when you first come into the world, somebody's caring for you because you're innocent. So they're going to give you they're going to make all the excuses for you because you're a baby, you're a child, you get away with it. Yeah. But then once you become cognizant enough to comprehend right from wrong and how you treat people, because what did we say is the purpose of life? To serve, right? So now, how you served others, how you treated them throughout your journey, once you were mature enough and you went through that maturation phase to understand like right from wrong, then now at the tail end of your life, when you're no longer physical and able and you're past your prime, now you have to be reliant on others based on the energy that you put out in the universe is what comes back to you at that point before you leave the earth, because now you're no longer innocent.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But
I feel that.
To dive a little deeper into the question, me personally, like Brief was saying, at some point when I was young, I was like, give me a good 60, 65, I'm good, I'm gone. Because at that point, I was, much younger. I thought whatever dreams or vision that I had laid out for my life, I was like, yeah, I'll have accomplished that by, well before that age. I'll have lived my life. I think I'm good at that number because I didn't want to be one of the elders who's dependent, relying on others to change your diapers and all that crazy stuff, whatever. But as I got older and I understood the real purpose and the true meaning of life, you understand what I'm saying? Because life is precious when you really understand how easily you could be out of here. Plane crash. We've all flown before, right? Or flown. Car accident. Even though they say that the chance of you dying in a car accident as opposed to a plane crash is higher in a car. That alone lets you know we drove here. We're driving every day.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that alone, and then now, outside of bar, we all have kids. You get what I'm saying? Which is why I agree with Spider when he said, like, bro, the ultimate dream or goal is to become old, be a grandfather, and just see the legacy that came through you, from you, and you're the person that's at the crescendo, the top of the crescendo. You get what I'm saying? The top of the tree or whatever that everyone branched or stemmed from. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And at that moment, you're able to pass on the wisdom, the knowledge, everything that you acquired, that you gained throughout your life, and then to see them live out their life. And then you might potentially become a great grandfather.
It's like beating extinction.
You get what I'm saying? Because at that point, once you get to that age, sad to say, but most of your peers or your friends are dead and gone. So you'll be one of the few, probably like maybe you'll probably be the only one left. You'll probably be the exception to that rule as far as your immediate circle. So to still be around to see that, that's ultimately the goal, and that I believe that everyone should want or desire.
I just want to touch on your plane comment real quick.
Go ahead.
You remember a couple weeks ago we was talking about the plane,
the flights and all
Spirit
that.
ain't never crashed.
Yeah.
So at that point it was 60 days into the year, right? And they said that they had 87 flights that crashed, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, what the fuck going on? But to me it was like, I don't know. It's just like it don't bother me. It's something up, right? So I looked up. I did some research and I did some math, right? Mm-hmm. So there's 45,000 flights a day.
Damn. So even it's like under 1% then.
It's 0.0000 again, and then a number.
So check this out. I'm glad we're actually.
That's the percentage of you like.
I'm glad really, you brought that up, right?
Yeah.
Me and Barry, we know this cat. He's actually air traffic. He went to air traffic school and all that stuff, whatever, right? I spoke with him last week. I'm like, hey, what's going on with all these plane crashes? Like, I know it has to be. A lot of people has to be hitting y'all up. Like, what's the concern? Like, what's going on with it? He's like, bro, honestly, he's like, it's really not what you think it is. It's the publications, the news outlets, the media that's hyping it up and blowing it up or blowing it out of proportion. I said, but that's easy for you to say because you operate in that world. But to the spectator at home who's just watching the television, that's watching the TV, like, this is not normal. He's like, you know what? You're right. And he was breaking it down how, they have extra, like, meetings or whatever the case may be. But he said it was really like one or two that was actually the pilot, or not the pilot, but the actual, the individuals that's controlling the air traffic, that's letting the pilots know what to do, what not to do, whatever the case may be. Hopefully I'm using the right verbiage. But however, it was maybe like one or two of them that falls on their shoulder or that was their fault. All the rest of them were just, like, what would you call it?
Regular.
Just, I lost my train of thought. Just like regular.
Just regular incidents.
Technical difficulties. Yeah. And there was that one where the helicopter, the pilot that was flying the helicopter caused that crash.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, he said all the rest of them, they were just literally like,
machinery malfunctions.
So in 60 days, you got 2,700,000 flights, and only 87 of them crashed.
Yeah, that's under 1%.
Ain't nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we good.
We straight.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of
flying. Just don't be on that 1%.
Hey, I'm not afraid to fly.
0.000.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, that ain't gonna stop us from flying, man.
Yeah, but
fellas, I ain't gonna lie, this was a good one. I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was definitely a good one.
Definitely touch on some deep topics for sure.
Anything else y'all want to chime in? Better yet, brief. Give the people at home something to, before we go away. What words of encouragement or positive message you could put out there in the universe?
Let me think. And I will go positive. Nothing toxic. Whatever you seeking is also seeking you. Let me just say that.
For sure.
Whatever you seeking is all. That could be a lover. That can be a goal. That can be a pet. You want a pet, right? You don't have no money. It's a pet out there roaming the streets with a bone in his mouth. Go find him. I'm fucking with you. But whatever you seeking is seeking you. I would just leave it with that.
Spider, what you got?
Shit, man. Act on your ideas. A little bit every day adds up.
I love that. Barry, what you got?
Man,
I already know what you about to say, but go ahead. I want to hear it.
Well, I mean, you already know what I'm going to say. Faith over fear. You know what I'm saying? Because your goal is always near.
Shit. I asked the question. I wasn't even ready for it. So, what I would say is, whatever you think or you dream can become your reality. Put it out there in the universe. Visualize it in the form of wherever it is that you want it to be, a year from now, 2 years from now. Then come back to the present moment and work backwards and now work your ass off to attain it, to get to that level, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Goes back to faith over fear. act on your my fault.
Ideas.
Act on your ideas and brief. I'm sorry. What did you say again?
Whatever you seeking is also seeking you.
It's also seeking you. So I've just pretty much summed it all up. But however, thank y'all for tapping in with us on the Growth Process podcast. Y'all already know I'm your host, Bless. Barry G's in the building.
Feel me?
Spider, what they do. Briefcase Tony.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out Bless 30 Day How to Get Abs Plan.
This nigga's crazy.
You can find it on YouTube. DM him if you have any questions.
Don't forget to tap in with Spider. How to have the freshest fades on the block, the freshest cut. I know y'all see my shit. Shout out to my barber, Spider Tuned Out. In case y'all didn't know. Yeah, my barber's on the panel.
Come on now.
We out here. You know what I mean? We out. Go. Hold on. Shout out to the producers of the show. Shout out to Peace. Shout out to Riz. You know what I mean? Me and Spider was having a conversation on the way here. We're just saying how everything has been smooth from the moment y'all came on board. Mm-hmm. So we like to thank y'all and let y'all know that whatever y'all doing is not going in vain. It's highly appreciated. And y'all the best.
And they can weather any storm.
For sure. I seen Riz operate under certain circumstances. I said, yeah,
y'all.
Her and Peace, they the one. So we out of here.
Let's go.
Oh.